Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to briefly talk about one of those verses we might have read in the book of John, and that is John chapter 6 verse 26, which reads, Jesus answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves, and were filled. I think the main point that Christ was trying to get at is that there are some people who come to God because they're interested in spirituality and religion and they want to actually get close to God. Whereas there's some people who just come because they like the hype around religion. Maybe there's a lot of social interaction in the church. They can make new friends. They can do whatever. So it isn't really about the essence of spirituality, about faith, but about other things that might be happening. And their focus is not really about God, but about something else. So Christ was seeing that in these people who were following him. They weren't looking for him, they were just looking for the miracles, what he could do. If you look at the story of Martha and Mary, you might be able to notice elements of this. In Luke chapter 10, verses 38 to 42, Christ paid a visit to them, and they saw completely different things. Mary saw the fact that Christ was the Son of God, and the reason why he came down to the world is because he had a message. And she wanted to respect Jesus by hearing his words and trying to understand the essence of his presence. But Martha wasn't interested in all that. She was just interested in, okay, this person can do miracles. He's special. So let me cook a good meal that he'll enjoy and remember me for. So it wasn't really about Christ, it was about herself. And when Christ saw that, he said, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful. And Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. If you read Luke chapter 10, verses 41 and 42. You'll also see, if you read Zechariah chapter 7, verses 5 and 6, that the Israelites were sort of engaged in the same thing. All the traditions that God Almighty set up, they weren't really doing them for God. They were just doing them for their own personal satisfaction. And I particularly like this verse because God Almighty expressed how he really felt about their behavior. He said through Zechariah the prophet, Speak unto all the people of the land and to the priests, saying, When ye fasted and mourned in the 5th and 7th month, even those 70 years, did ye at all fast unto me, even to me? And when ye did eat and when ye did drink, did not ye eat for yourselves and drink for yourselves? So even though they were investing a lot of effort in trying to observe all the intricacies of God's commandments, God Almighty really didn't see true intention in it. He didn't really see actual service. And Christ noticed the same behavior in the Pharisees, and he pointed out in Matthew chapter 15, verses 7 to 9, that if that's our intention when we're serving God, then our worship is really kind of in vain. He said, Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, These people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoureth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandment of men. It just means that because they're not really there for the essence of spirituality, they don't actually reap the reward of what spirituality is meant for. All they get is just the hype and maybe the social interaction and whatever else goes with church and Christianity and whatever else. And I'll conclude with the verse that actually came right after the verse I'm breaking down, which is John chapter 6, verse 27, where Christ said that it's important that when we're coming to Christianity, when we're coming to God, we actually seek the most important part, which is building a relationship with God, developing our virtues, developing our understanding of who God Almighty is and what his kingdom is all about, so that we actually reap the true benefits of faith. He said, Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed. And that is where I'm going to stop. I'm breaking down John chapter 6, verse 26, which once again reads, Jesus answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, then we'd really appreciate it if you click the like button and also the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when we come back with a new video just like this, then you can click the notification bell. Have a good day, and God bless you.